Fear and uncertainty are your best friends. These are the things that actually create success. Now, I would like to share a little personal story with you here to actually demonstrate how fear and uncertainty and lack of knowing how everything is going to happen actually helped me in my life and in my business and helped me get to where I'm at right now. Now, I'm right now in my childhood house, which is in a small village in my home country. And right now I'm spending a little time here with my family. And in this is not like my room where I grew up, but this is an apartment in the house, which I made my office. Before it was an office, it was a studio. I used to have a photography studio here, and I was shooting a lot of pictures for a lot of people. This is how I started. I was doing a freelance photography and video for locals, and yeah, great times, great times. And this is where I actually got into entrepreneurship. I always knew that I wanted to do something for myself, that I wanted to work for myself and create something on my own. I didn't just want to blindly follow someone else's path. I knew that since I was 15. And when I was 15, I started to work towards that. But I didn't know how that's going to happen. I had no idea that I would be running an online business. And it's crazy because sometimes we get so overwhelmed by trying to figure out what is the next step, what are the steps, what's the exact thing I have to do to get where I want to get to. And sometimes we also get discouraged because we don't know how we're going to do that, how we're going to get there. And this is exactly what happened to me when I started my freelance photography business, and then I was doing freelance designs for local restaurants and coffee shops, and also for my high school. I was doing magazines, a lot of photography, graphic design, and videography, so a lot of media and content. And I was just doing that, but I didn't really understood how that's gonna help me get where I want to get to. I knew I don't want to be a full-time photographer for the rest of my life. And then I discovered filmmaking, and I discovered screenwriting. And that was like, it still is the biggest passion for me, and it's something I want to strive towards in a couple of years' time. Once I will build a successful business, and then I can focus on creating movies and films that create and films that affect people and that change lives. So I started doing that, and it led me a little bit to the business side, and I still was doing a lot of freelance, and all of a sudden opportunities came to me, and I discovered dropshipping, I discovered SMMA, I discovered all of these online businesses, and it clicked for me because I thought this is what I have to do. I saw all of these dropshipping gurus promoting their lifestyles, and I really wanted that for myself. I really wanted to make online business work, and I failed tremendously. I failed big time. I paid maybe $50 out of my stores that I changed like 100 times, and I paid like 1K for coaching, another 300, 500 for software. It was crazy. So it was a lesson that I had to learn the hard way, but I'm glad that it happened. And from there, I had no idea that I would stumble upon a video on how to start SMMA, and I would start my own local SMMA a couple months later. And then once COVID hit, I had no idea how I'm gonna continue doing this SMMA because my clients were small companies in my country, so they were locals. And because COVID hit, they had to close, so they were no longer paying me. And I had no idea that I would start an e-com agency. And from that e-com agency, I saw an issues that a lot of fellow entrepreneurs had that were in the same group as me. I hit my first 10K and I saw other people struggling to do that. And I realized that it has nothing to do with business and strategies. It's everything to do with who you are, your mindset, your performance. And I started to consult on that. And that changed my life and helped me find my real purpose. But I had to go through all of these business ventures, and I had to fail a lot of times and realize along the way what I want. I didn't suddenly just realize that this is what I want to do, or that this is the step that I want to take. It all occurred to me when the time was right. And I was scared. I was scared to start my first dropshipping business. I was scared to start my own agency. I was terrified of doing cold calls. I remember I lost the footage, but I was 18 and I was doing cold calls to US gyms. And that was crazy. I was shaking. My voice was shaking. I was really all over the place. And I was working from 3 a.m. so I can then go to high school and then work some more once I come back. And I was doing all of these things. And because I took action and I had faith that I'm gonna make it work, even though I wasn't sure how, and I wasn't sure if I'm gonna do this particular business venture, but I had faith that I'm gonna be successful and that I'm gonna find something that's going to work. The exact thing happened. All of those events led me to where I am right now. I overcame my fear and I trusted God, universe, higher power, that I'm on the right path. And I didn't wait and sit and wait for things to happen. I made sure that I take action on what I knew back then that I had to take. I knew that I have to send cold emails. I knew that I have to reach out to these people. I knew that I have to learn how to do Facebook ads and all of these things. But I made sure that I did action. And I had blind faith that's going to happen. Of course, I hoped that the current venture that I was working, like dropshipping, I really had faith that the dropshipping is going to work, or that my SMMA is going to work, or that e-com agency is going to be the one business that I'm going to stick for the rest of my life. But universe and God has a different plan for you. And when you try to set a goal of you being financially free, having time, location, freedom as well, then the universe will take the path of least resistance. But you don't know that. You have to just work on what you know you have to work on and do it even though you're scared. Because if you don't take any action and if you're going to be scared for the rest of your life, then the path won't reveal itself to you. You won't know what to do and you will never accomplish your goals because, yeah, it's not just about sitting and wishing and hoping. It's about actually taking action. But having trust that what you're doing is enough and having trust that you're going to get there one day. And I just, I don't know if it all made sense in this video. To be honest with you, I was just, working in this room after so long. I was not working in this room for at least 2 years, maybe even more. And it brought a lot of memories. I was in this room where I hit my first 10K. I was in this room where I hit my first sale, or when I made the product that made the first sale for my dropshipping. And everything happened in this room, and I just got this nostalgia, and it got me thinking, like, what helped me to get to this point? What helped me make and create the life that I have right now? Completely different life. I never thought I would achieve that that quickly. And it got me thinking that it was just perseverance and working, even though I was scared and even though I didn't have an idea of how I'm going to do that, but I have faith that I'm on the right path. I was a little bit delusional, which I think is a good thing, because a lot of people were telling me that this is not going to work. Don't do that. You're going to find a different path. But I said no. And I was consistent as hell. I was at 4 a.m. every single day. I was in this room doing what I needed to do for years, for 5 years. And it's been crazy. It's been a journey and made me a little bit emotional. So yeah, just wanted to share this backstory because I don't really share any backstories and any stories, anything personal, but yeah, I just wanted to share this with you and I hope you took away something from this video. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.